take a look at ways you can enjoy colour in and around the garden right throughout the year. Variety, of course, is the spice of life. You might have a small garden, a large garden. You might really not like the colour orange, but you might really dig the colour white. How can we incorporate these different ideas into our spaces and still have a winner of a garden, something that reflects just who we are? One of the biggest issues when gardening in containers or hanging baskets is water. It's all about the availability and accessibility of plants when we're not there to give them the water they need. So today I'm going to share with you an amazing application that will take away all of those worries. So when you get back from work and your basket is like hanging, like looking for water, you know that, like it could walk itself to the tap, we're going to take that away to make container gardening and hanging baskets a whole lot easier to deal with. What I'm going to share with you is the stuff over here. What it is little granules. Yep, doesn't look like much, does it? But what it does is, when you add water to it, it sucks up the water. So to demonstrate it, I want to just show you what it does as soon as it comes into contact with water. So take a look here, a glass of water, added this gel, and we give it a stir. And it's the stuff that you know, in fact, it's found in nappies. So guys, can you see what's happened already? Look at that, spoon is standing straight up and all the water has been absorbed into these little granules, and so much so that, look at this, literally globlets of water. And that, my friends, is the savior. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these sachets and we're going to add this to our potting soil, and all that's going to do in the form of the dry mixture is that, can you imagine when you're watering, that water is going to get stored in these little globules that expand, and when your plants need it, they can simply take it back. So one sachet into here, in your potting soil, and give it a good mix. Before we mix it in, we add in a handful of organic pellets and a handful of bone meal. One can also use the gel when planting shrubs into the garden. Simply use the sachet, mix it into the water, and then put it into the base of the planting hole as the gel itself. So you can see it's nice and expanded and squidgy. Pop the plant on top and away you go. When you've got existing containers and you're wanting to make sure that they're going to have enough water in them, simply use the back end of your trowel, make a hole deep into the root zone, and sprinkle about half a packet into that, and you can repeat that application around the rest of the pot. Once we finish mixing, we're good to go to plant up our container. Remember, we've got everything we need now inside our potting mixture to make for a successful container garden. So in goes the drainage pebbles, which is just some gravel at the base of the pot. Once you've done that, you're simply going to add your potting mixture into the container and fill it up just over halfway. No more than halfway, because we've still got to put plants in. Wonderful. And then when you've done that, just firm down your potting soil so that we're ready to go to start our beautiful container mixture. In my potted mixture today, I've got a beautiful pelargonium. This is the Ivy Leaf Pelargonium, and you can see why it's called that, because its leaf is the shape of an ivy plant. This is a trailing pelargonium, also known as a geranium. Loves the full sun, don't overwater it, and they come in beautiful colors. So whatever your heart desires, you can find something for the garden. They can grow from the coast right up until where it gets really, really cold, as long as you are giving them enough water, but in a well-drained soil, they'll be incredibly happy. And by the way, they love pots. Over here, I've got a lovely little verbena. Amazing colors, this mauve and the white, I just think is spectacular. Good for banks, good for window boxes, hanging baskets, and also, of course, containers. This little guy over here is called a Calibrachoa. Terrible name, but the bottom line is it's a little miniature petunia. You can get them in bright pinks, purples, mauves, and of course this in-between color here. But all of these are going to be great companions for any container garden because they all enjoy the sun. First up, we're going to start off with the beautiful Pelargoniums. Now, this pot I just want to below. So in it's going to go. Give a squeeze. Oh man, and look at that. Now they can be quite brittle as plants, so when you are handling them, be gentle with them. They're one of the few plants that you do have to be gentle with, else you're going to break off these wonderful stems, which is probably the reason why we bought it, you know. I've got another one here, different color, and I want him to go in here. Oh man, look at that. It gives me that Mediterranean feel. Love it. The Verbena is going to pop into the front here so it can cascade down. Because it's in a bag, all that we do is pop it over here, grab the bag, and then out it comes. There we go. And this gorgeous baby is going to go right on the edge here because I want all its foliage and its flowers just to cascade right over. So can you see the way we arrange the plants? They're not regimented in their little hookies. We're wanting it to have a general soft look about it. My little Calibrachoa, my little petunia, in he goes. And oh man, this is yummy. Pop this little baby in. Remember, try and face it towards the side where you're going to get the most cascading effect. Oh, look at that. All I need to do now is just fill in the gaps a bit, give it a good watering, find a sunny spot for it, and I know that this guy is going to be super happy. It now comes to feeding. It's important that you are giving your plants some kind of nutrition. Remember, because they're in a contained box, whether it's in pots, whether it's in a window box, whether it's even in the garden, but more importantly, when they are in containers and window boxes, they can't send their roots somewhere else to go and find more nutrition. So use your plant food, give it a good foliar spray as you're watering, so you're feeding the plant as well. And as a word of caution, it really is better to do this early in the mornings while the plant still has the day to photosynthesize and transpire. And it's got a really good chance of sucking up all the good nutrition.